video. That took me a second. Here I am. Welcome. Took a second for me to get that going. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It is currently 3:32 in the Pacific. Sorry, that took me a minute. This is just my second show, so I'm still trying to learn what's going on here. And I am in a different spot. I am in my living room area. Those are my plant lights behind us and some of my artwork over here, and all sorts of goodies and crystals and all sorts of fun things. My plants are around me, just not behind me. I'm going to get on the YouTube as well. Hello, YouTube. How is everybody? Not sure what that was. There's noises I don't understand. So hey there, looks like Vanessa's here. Hi, Vanessa. I'm going to how do I boy. I want to there we go. So hi Woody, hi Vanessa. Okay, that's the bot. Got it. That's who's all here. And there's like a delay on when I touch stuff. So you know how you do, sorry guys, you know how you do that, and so you don't think it does anything, and then you touch it and it did it, and it's catching what you're doing. Oh, it's 3:33 now. There's our 333s. So I hope everybody had a great weekend, that you got rested and you did things that felt good and you accomplished things and had fun with people. That was on the agenda. Cannot believe it's already past, obviously, the middle of July. I'm just remembering, I don't have I'm not used to usually use my camera, so I'm going to plug my microphone. Oopsie, plug my microphone, and I completely forgot about that. Give me 1 second here, guys. This is a better microphone. I'd rather be, or better microphone than what comes through the phone, I think. I'm pretty sure. So the cords weren't. You guys tell me. Let me know. Let me know if that is any better or clear. Okay, so oh no, that's not. This is better. It is? Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, you're on both. Are you both on? Vanessa? Are you on YouTube and Fireside? Ah, I love it. Very cool. That's hilarious. You're doing double duty. I love it. Okay, cool. That is better. Yeah, I just completely forgot all about that until So I'm like, I went to move it. I'm like, wait a second. That's not connected to anything. It helps if it's connected. So hopefully I can, the way that I have this lined up, because the way that I had it last time in the other spot was I had the phone here, and then I had my computer here, so I was having to do this and this, and now I have it set up, so I'm basically in front of both, so I can look at YouTube and at Fireside, my second show on Fireside. I'm really excited to be here again for our second show. I just need to take a moment. Let's just take a moment. How was your day? Chime in. Let me know. I don't know how to send comments on Fireside. If you go to React, this is, and I'm still like confused too. If you go to React
and pick a emoji. Like I picked hearts and I do send, and then this thing pops up. I can't figure out how to get it otherwise, and I haven't had time or remembered to look. And then you see the chat thing, then you can, yeah, there you go. And then I think, no? Well, I thought that would be it right there. Okay, well, something to figure out. But it's also, when I touch stuff, it's kind of being a little, oh my God, stop. It won't stop. Oh, there. Okay, there. I keep trying to get this one thing to go away, and it keeps going up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, oh my God. Technology. I love it, but holy shit. Sometimes, I swear to God, guys, you guys can be so challenging. So freaking challenging. Oh my gosh. Hey, Karen. Karen's on the YouTube. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Oh my gosh. So I just got out of the tub. I had to take a little bath because it didn't happen this weekend. I was really busy and just didn't happen. I accomplished a lot, but not that. And that's kind of been my thing lately. On the weekends, it's like I'm doing so much on the weekends. I'm working and doing all this stuff that, like, I'll get to Monday, I'm like, well, I guess I'm doing my bath on Monday because it didn't happen Saturday or Sunday. So that's why my hair is wet. But I also do like to be as fresh out of the shower and the bath. Even if I had one yesterday, I would still have one today. Because I like that, to try to clear energy before doing a show. And there has been some chaos in the atmosphere, let's just say that, to have to process and deal with. And so it's been a little challenging as well. But that's okay. These are all things that happen along the way in our evolution, and there's just a lot. There's a lot, and I know that that's the case for a lot of people, right? A lot of you guys. And hi, Kitty. And aside from that, is the music too loud? Is it bothering you? I turned my music on in my bedroom, but it might be too loud. Can you guys hear it? Can you guys hear the music? This mic works really well for, like, canceling background noises. Is it too loud for you guys? I'm going to go in there and see. And then I can put music on over here. Is it too loud? Yes. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, it was too loud. It's an Archangel Metatron 1111, and I just was compelled because it's like, clear all negative energy and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great, because there's some negative energy in the atmosphere. No, it's too loud for my kitty. Too loud for kitty. So I'm going to put music on over here instead. No problem. It's no big deal. I just thought I'd have it on over there. Let's do that. So I like to have some good vibes going on. Why didn't that populate? Oh, I'm in a different. Okay. Okay. What is happening? Okay, there we go. One second, guys. I'll get my shit together here in a second. Bear with me. Oh, no, I have to. Hold on. Scratch that idea, because then if I turn that up, I can hear me over here, so I have to mute that. Then come back here. Then play this. Then turn up the volume. Sorry. Okay, like I said. I will get the shit together here in a second. Hey Adrian, welcome. How's this now? The music that I have going on now. Let me know how it's going. Or if you can hear it. I mean, I'd like to be able for you to hear it, but if it has to be so loud where I have to like yell over it, then I'd rather, just not have it on that loud. Good? Okay, cool. Okay, now that we got that figured out, so we're here the reason why I set up these shows leading up to the Lionsgate was to have a space to discuss what is going on with the Lionsgate for people who aren't familiar with the Lionsgate, or just, have spiritual questions about anything going on with you right now that you may have questions with or about, to get some oracle messages. And last week I pulled 4 cards, and they were all about Gaia and or about her or connecting with her, or it was just very Mother Earth Gaia centric, which was really, really cool. And everybody's just like, wow, because it was just again and again and again. And even after that day, in the subsequent cards that I've gotten, it's been like that in different ways as well. So anyway, there's been a lot of work going on in our Lionsgate Soul Group journey that I am facilitating. It's been really, really great. And feel free for anybody to chime in, both Vanessa and Karen. Those are the people that are here that are in that group. Feel free to chime in on your experience thus far with the Lionsgate Soul Group journey. You don't have to reveal anything that's too personal, but you can just let people know in the chat what what you're experiencing is, what's going on with that. Because it's one thing to hear it from me, I'm the facilitator, but it's another thing to hear it from people who are actually doing the work in there, who is actually part of it aside from me. For me personally, it's been even greater than I thought it was going to be. It's been more, even though I knew that I would be doing more than what was just on the menu. It's been a lot more than what I thought, and we're just halfway through, and I know there's things that I haven't even done yet that I'm going to do. There's just so much time to do stuff, and this is a really intense, heavy weekend of doing stuff for the group, and it's a private group. So if you're interested in what that's about, please go to medium.com. My profile is at Infiniti_963, and you can get to all of that from my profiles, my website, and you can sign up anytime now. Even though it's been going on, it's self-directed, so you can get to the stuff as you get to the stuff. So you can sign up now, you can sign up in a week. Of course, from my perspective, always sooner the better, so you can, be as close to when things are happening. When the 8/8 actually happens, that's the Lionsgate, is on August 8th, 2020. We'll be getting together for a private gathering to do a lot of energy work and astral travel and spirit walk business, connecting with the Lion's Gate, with the pyramids, with Giza, with Sirius, and I've been doing this and facilitating this kind of thing for several years now. And it's this year is a really big deal, though. This year is a really, really big deal. Yeah, and I'm guided to do more than ever, and it's been a really magical journey so far that really started at the beginning of the year with 2022, February 22nd. That was a major, major big time portal where we got together. We did artwork, just like we're doing now, artwork, light gate, creation and activation and timeline work and all sorts of good stuff. And when we did that work, we were working through this time period, through 8/8, through the 8/8 gate. So to be, guided to do it again at this time, it's just all of it's lining up so beautifully. And every person that was part of that experience has really leveled up and jumped in their timelines, which has been really, and myself included, which has been really fascinating to watch. And then these same people being with me in this journey as well. It's been really cool. But it's like, if it stayed just this, it's a small group. It's just 5 people right now, plus me. And if it stayed that way, it very well could. And if it stayed that way, I would be just thrilled, because the group is just, it's like the gooeyest soul juice ever in there with all these people, soul family. And if nobody else is meant to be there, if you're not and nobody else is compelled to join in, that's just fine. We have this beautiful divine feminine circle of 6, including me. And if that's the way it's meant to be, then so be it. I'm so thrilled of what it is already, but I'm guided to try to get more people not to try to get more people, but to let people know about it. And if you're one of the people that's supposed to be part of this soul group journey, that this is your, what's gonna, get your attention and have you do it. It's not like it's intensive, like we meet every week or even every other week. We only go live the one time, and the rest of it is all self-directed. So it's really an opportunity to get in really and do some really amazing work and get some really deep, high-level information about everything that's going on, and about just deeper level spiritual awakening stuff, and what we are and who we are, and all the messages that are coming through there, and the stuff that I'm being guided to share is really, really quite special and intense and very purposeful. So for the people who are meant to be there. So let's see what the ladies are saying here. Vanessa says it's been truly magical, liberating at another level. Awesome. Thank you. And then Karen says, I've just been meditating and journaling so far. I haven't done much, but I'm going to get cracking by tonight or tomorrow. Okay. Well, good to hear it. And see, here's the thing with that. That's kind of the point I was making. It's there for you to do at your pace. I like Karen heard from me. I'm like, what's going on? Like, where you been? What's happening? Because that's my job. I am the facilitator. I am the guide. So if I feel like somebody's, kind of not where, in with the current, I'm going to check in and see what's up and encourage you, but it's not, this is a self-paced thing. So, and Vanessa's been just like on pace with, like everybody is about 24 to 48 hours I don't want to say behind like it's a bad thing, but after I release things, people are starting to get into it at like around that time, which is totally fine, but it's however it fits into your schedule to do the work. And not that there's I mean, there's a good amount to do, and there's more than I thought there would be, especially this last weekend. But you know, I was kind of telling the group, like, you know, definitely there's more here than any of us planned for. But you know, sorry, not sorry that there's all this extra stuff that's coming out for you to consume and to take in and to help you with your stuff. You know, it's like I take all this very, very seriously, and I go as guided with what I'm meant to do, and whatever time that is. Like I was doing Oracle and recording for the group last night between 11 and 1 a.m. and then uploading after 1 a.m. last night. You know, so if I can do that, then you can receive it at your own pace. You know what I mean? Like, and however that is meant to do it. It's with what is needed and what comes out of me and how I am a channel and all of that stuff. We can't be restrained with like, well, we got to keep it to this and it can't be more than that. And, you know, that's very matrixy right angle thinking. I live in a universe and in a world of round edges and round corners and fluidity and energy, and I'm not constrained by, I'm intrigued by time, I'm fascinated by time, I love time, we all are products of time and creation, but that doesn't mean we need to be slaves to being you know, compressed by it, and we can shape time. So I learned a long time ago that the best thing to do is to flow with time and do your best not to think, you know, I always think, oh, this took longer than I thought it would, but I also think that's okay. You know, like it has to be okay. Our perception of what it may be and what it is, and then without us putting constraints on it, that's the way I need it to be. So anyhow, that's that. So does anybody have any questions about the Lionsgate? Any comments about the Lionsgate? I have a question for you, Vanessa. When you, in the past, have you done things, or is this your first year doing something for the Lionsgate, or have you done things before? And I don't mean to this extent, because I don't think anybody has ever done anything to this extent for the Lionsgate, but I mean just actually on that day. If anybody does anything, it's usually on that day. Have you ever done that before? I know Karen has, because she's been with me these last several years every time, so I know she has. I know Adrian has not. So I'm curious about you, Vanessa, since you've been on the ascension path, if that's something that you've done. Yes, it's your first time, but I know it's a very important date for you. Okay, interesting. Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people just don't know about it, and that's why I'm doing a show like this. That's why I do what I do, and I put the information out, because it doesn't hit everybody's radar. And, you know, everything happens when it's meant to happen, but, you know, there you go. Last year was a major awakening for me for this gate. Oh, okay. So at this time period last year, oh, I remember you telling me about that. Okay, I remember now. I actually remember this now. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is reminding me, because we did talk about it, and or you wrote about it. I can't remember exactly what at this point. Vanessa used to be in my, yes, plus I have a lot of Leo in my chart. Okay, very cool. Yeah, me too. That's my rising sign is Leo. So I very much, oh, look at that. It's 3:55, 15:55 here in the Pacific. Or is that a 6? Yeah, no, that's still 5. Yeah, so Leos and people with a lot of Leos will definitely pick up and have this galactic gate be one of their pops for sure. And that's definitely a thing. Karen, will you remind me what do you have any Leo in your chart? Do you know? I can't remember. I know that you're a Pisces sun sign, right? But I can't remember what your other signs are. Anyhow, this is literally the time of the year where every year it's just like whoosh of energy for so much coming in and so much, and it's like the veil is thinner, our the spiritual guidance is just so much closer for us, and especially those of us who have been working really hard on ourselves, our evolution, our spirituality, our health, our energy, all of that stuff. Especially if you're like somebody like Vanessa, she did my Evolve Now program. She just finished about a month ago. How long has it been? Whatever. She just finished in the last couple of weeks or something. I don't know. I can't even do time right now. I can't even do time right now, but it's been recent. So she's worked really hard on that. And for the people who do and before the Evolve Now program, or yeah, it was right before, I think, the Evolve Now program is when she had the we had the 2-2 gate, and she was part of that. So anyhow, for people a month ago, wow, that was fast. That happened fast. So if you're somebody who is actively pursuing your ascension, yeah, definitely that went by fast. So if you're somebody who is actively pursuing your ascension and your healing and getting healthier and more in tune with yourself and more clear and want to get past your blocks and your bullshit and your fear and your hang-ups and where you've been in circles and round and round, repeating and that's, a lot of people come to me because they are stuck, or a lot of people come to me because they are in pain physically. They don't feel good. There's a lot of stuff going on energetically and physically that they really can't get past, and they've tried traditionally in many ways for a long time, and then eventually they're guided to me, and we fix problems on a large scale here. Some things take longer because there's resistance on different levels to process things out, but everybody has major changes, major up-leveling, major changes in clarity and energy and motivation and better sleep and digestion, and just things that used to be problems aren't problems, but there's still a lot of adjustment that takes place after healing, and it's a process. It's definitely a process, and we're never done, but we can do things that really accelerate and help us really move forward. Like, it's called the Evolve Now program for a reason, because things move so quickly through that process, through that program, where outside of that program it could take who knows how long. Inside the program, much shorter amount of time to have things develop, and where every single one of my clients is like, wow, I didn't think it would happen so fast. Or, I have not heard that from any one of my clients before. And I'm like, I told you, that's why it's called the Evolve Now program. You can't say I didn't warn you. Things would move fast. They're just like, yeah, I just didn't think it would be this fast. But that happens to me, and, I'm here. She says, it's life-changing for sure. Yeah, it is. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, it definitely is. Hey there, Jamie. Thanks for joining us. Happy Monday. Nice to see you here. So anyhow, there's just so much that we can do for ourselves to help us get to be our like really an ascended master. That's what my Evolve Now master's program, even more big, more big. It's 3 times as big, and it's just big. But it's called the master's program because essentially, we know about ascended masters. We're capable of, all of us of being ascended masters, and it's just, and I'm not saying that you have to do that program to become that, but the idea, the pinnacle, top of the mountain type of, we've done it here, is to be an ascended master in these lifetimes. We know it can be, we know it's possible. We know that there's been ascended masters, and they were regular people too on a lot of levels until they themselves leveled up, and that's true for every single one of them. So anyhow, we have the capacity to keep on rebirthing and rising and shedding bullshit and fears and programs and ways of being and doing and all the stuff, again and again and again and again. And that's what's pretty cool about stuff. Did I ask you a question, Karen? Now I don't remember. Maybe I did. I don't remember at this point. Yeah, sorry. Don't remember. Oh, thank you. No, yeah. I remember. I was like, sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't remember. Thank you. I was asking, I know that you're a Pisces, but I don't know. I was asking if you had any Leo in your chart. What sign, if you had any. If you knew if you had Leo in your chart. Yes, that's what we were talking about. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. I was like, it sounds familiar, but I don't know. I'm on to the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. Yeah, I know you're a Pisces, but I just wasn't sure about if you had any Leo in your chart. So let us know if you do. I'm a Leo rising or ascending. That's how they say that. So it's definitely, and it's a fire sign. I'm a my sun sign is Sagittarius. That's also a fire sign. And then my moon sign is Pisces, which is like the deepest the water gets, So to counteract all that fire, I got the Pisces. And then my earth sign, my Gaia sign is Gemini. So, which is, thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for my earth sign and the Gemini there. That's just perfection. It's like, why? Because those two elements being so incredibly in, like, Leo and Sagittarius, both these really intense fire signs in their own right, and then Pisces being the deepest of the water signs, they're both really, that's all very intense energy. And then to help balance that out, we have the Gemini. You're so genuine and unassuming. Oh, I know that you are a genuine way shower. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, like, I don't have an agenda. Like, a lot of people have, like, they put on airs, they have this ego, they have an agenda for what they want. I don't. I know that I have a lot of value, and I do a lot of magical shit, and I'm connected to a lot of amazing beings, and who I am is something really extraordinary in my own way, just like you're extraordinary and everybody else is. But I don't have an agenda other than just wanting you to get to where you're meant to get to. And if you're And if you find yourself in my, walk like, hey, look at, we're here together. Like, I'm going to do everything I can to support you and help you, because that's everything to me. It's everything to me. Taurus Sun, Gemini rising here. Oh, very cool. Taurus rising and moon. Taurus rising, moon and Virgo. I'm confused. What? Taurus rising and moon and Virgo Earth. So you're a double Taurus. That's what you're saying? Oh, I think that's sounding familiar. You're a double Taurus. That's why it takes a while to get you moving. Adrian, you can get your birth chart. There's so many ways. You go online and do, natal chart, free natal chart. You put in your birth date and your birth place. And if you have your birth time, you'll get your moon sign as well. Most charts are not going to give you your earth sign. That's your Gaia sign, which is just bonkers. That's a thing that a lot of astrologers don't specifically pay attention to, which is just mind-boggling. But anyway, there's CoStar. There's the CoStar app on your phone. There's Astro Cafe. There's so many, and it's really easy. I just know I'm a double Aries and Taurus. I'm not sure what that means, though. Yeah, I don't know. Double Aries and... yeah, that can mean anything. I'm not... because typically people know there's three signs: your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign. The fourth one, which technically should be the first, but shit is backwards in the world. It should be our Gaia sign, our Earth sign. Because hey, guess what? We're on Earth. But because I think when it's always been like how the outer planets affect us versus where Gaia is on the chart and or in the orbit and how that affects us, it's just an interesting way to look at it. But she came to me herself. Let's just be clear about this. Mother Earth Gaia came to me herself, and she's like, so nobody pays attention to me. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, nobody pays attention to their earth sign, to their Gaia sign. It's all about the sun sign or the moon sign or the rising sign. And I was like, am I hearing you correctly? There's an earth sign I've gone nearly 50 years without being aware of. What is happening? And at the time I was putting together the master's program, and it's really integrated with astrology. It's like a huge part of the master's program is your astrology. And I asked the person I was working on it with about it. He's like, there's definitely that. He's like, it's just not something that we're like, most astrologers really put a lot of thought into. And I'm like, well, I had a chat with Gaia herself, and she's like, would be a really good idea if people started paying attention to this for themselves, because it's a huge component of who they are, given they're on Earth. I'm like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I don't know what to say about that. Like, glad I'm not an astrologer missing that one. So now I'm the know-it-all telling astrologers, hey people, pay attention to the earth sign, which on the birth chart is exactly, so if you look at the Zodiac Wheel, wherever your sun sign is, your earth sign is directly opposite of that. That is your earth sign, which makes sense, right? Sun, earth. There you go. I'm an Aries sun and Aries. Oh, wait, what? I'm in Aries sun in Aries moon Taurus. Now that doesn't make sense. Sorry. That doesn't make sense. Are you just saying that twice? Just you're an Aries sun and a Taurus moon? Maybe that's what you're saying. Sorry, just a second. Putting two Aries in there has me really confused. Don't mind me. I'm literally on drugs. No, but that was a little confusing. I think that's what you're saying. So do you know, so your moon is Taurus, so what is your ascending sign? What's your rising sign? That's what I think there's a little confusion about. So try to figure that out. And then whatever your opposite of your sun sign, that is your, that's your earth sign. And I can never remember their exact placements. The Zodiac Wheel. Let's look it up, people. Let's look it up because I can never remember. Are you going to show, is this article going to show me a wheel? Nope. You'd say the wheel in your article, but there's no wheel in your article. What is wrong with you? What is wrong? Okay, so wait, what were you again? Uh-oh. Well, everything is from when she's saying is rising when you're born. Everything is connected to when you're born. So it's just your ascending, it's called your rising or ascending sign. Rising is in the first house. Okay. I lost my page. Got all distracted. Sorry. Whoopsie. Why aren't you typing? Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Okay. I thought that houses meant... No, that's confusing me. So it depends on... I don't think it's always in your first house, is it? I mean, that depends on who you are. And the different... I think we're talking about two separate things. It's not about it's your sign, not the position of your sign. We're not talking about positions of signs. We're talking about signs. Like what or house. We're not talking about the house position of your sign. We're just talking about the sign. So we're not getting that deep into where you are in the houses. It's just your sign. Yes, it is true. The older you get, you do, because that's, well, I mean, and also your moon. It can kind of depend, but your rising sign, it is more of the traits that will help you to evolve. So, which kind of goes hand in hand with aging, right? Because we evolve as we age. So those are the traits, like Leo. All the Leo traits really help counterbalance all my Pisces traits so I can get up in front of you people and do shit like this. Because my Pisces wants to be like under a tree meditating pulling oracle cards all by myself. But my Leo says, woohoo, let's get in front of people and have a party. See what I'm saying? So hope that, like, you know, that's because I'm a, you know, it's so funny, like when people, and I wrote this article, like, I don't want to hear about people not participating in lives on chat because they're shy. If I can be in front of the freaking camera, you can do some texting. Like, come on. You know, because you know, there's that being out thing when we ascend, when it's just part of it to expand ourselves, grow, get out of our way. Don't let, because saying I'm shy means I'm afraid to be seen is really what that is. So it took me long enough, but now that I have my visual here, my dear, and oh no, wait, that's Taurus. Wait, that's confusing. Am I looking at the right thing here? I am so confused now. I thought, oh no, that's Taurus. Oh, right. Oh gosh, I'm so symbols. These symbols are tripping me out. Okay, so I had it right. I had it right in my head. So, my dear Adrian, you're a Libra Earth sign. Libra Earth sign. So if you were to look at a Zodiac Wheel and find Aries, directly across from Aries is Libra, the scales, the balance one. What about this sign are you looking for? Like what number? What about this sign are you looking for? Like what number it naturally falls under? What number? Not sure what you mean by what number. Not sure what you mean by that. Sorry. No, it's just about, you know, because this whole Earth sign business, not being a part of somebody's birth charts ever, I just wanted to help her understand, help everybody understand how you get your Earth sign is by the exact opposite from your sun sign. So anyway, there you go with that. Hopefully we've gotten all that straightened out. And it is really important to, so if you're unfamiliar with what it is to be a Libra, Adrian, for example, then look up the traits of a Libra, because that is your Earth sign. That's really, if you think about, you know, the influences of these different energies, like the sun sign is where the sun, where the sun's position, or where we're at in relations to the sun when you were born, and where that sun is. And then Earth sign is the opposite of that, where Earth is at that time. So that has a lot, that's information to know about, because how you relate on the Earth plane as a human has a lot to do with your Earth sign. Your sun is a Libra. Oh, okay. So you guys probably get along pretty well then, I would imagine. There you go. You know about Libras. So yeah, so kind of work that into what you know about yourself and all of that. See it from, you know, that being about you. Yes, exactly. There you go. Karen says, duh. Oh yeah, I'm looking at my astro chart and the zodiac signs, and Libra is opposite Aries. There you go. Exactly. And that's why mine is Gemini, because it's opposite Sag. which I love. That's great. It's like this dualistic, seeing both sides of stuff, balance. It's a different type of balance. It's always having, different points of view and stuff like that, which that's definitely my thing. I could definitely do that, for sure. And that just helps with all the other stuff. That's going on in my chart. For sure. Thank goodness for that. Like I say, thank goodness. Like when I found that out, I was like, oh, that makes sense. That makes so much sense. My earth sign is my south node in Sagittarius. There you go. So your earth sign is my sun sign, Vanessa. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Interesting. I love it. You know what? Astrology is so freaking cool. I wish I had the time to learn it on a really, really deep level. Like, I know some stuff, but never to be like, there's so much. I just don't have time. I do so many other things, but I do know, and I have connections. Like, nobody told me about Gaia's sign except for Gaia. So I guess you could say I get some really good information without having to actually go to school. Like, learn. That's just cracking me up. I learned a lot of it about a year ago. It's amazing and never ending. Yeah, it is. And the way that okay, let me make that go away. Sorry. Just wanted to check in here at Fireside because we have a lot more going on here on the YouTube than on here. Go away. Just making sure we're still. Hello. Oh, I see there's somebody here. Daryl. Hello, Daryl. Welcome. Sorry, I have people on YouTube and there's more. There's actually, I'm new to Fireside, so, still trying to learn stuff, but welcome, Daryl. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you have any questions. We're still trying to learn how to text talk in, if that's even a thing in Fireside. Maybe it's not, but if you have any comments, you're more than welcome to step up and ask. So she says, I learned a lot of it about a year ago. It's amazing and never ending. Yeah, for sure. I know my south node, but my north node is 6. I don't know my south node, but my north node is 6 degrees Virgo. Oh, interesting. Yeah, and see, for example, like, I kind of know what that means, but I'm not an astrologer to be like, oh, well, that means blah, 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 blah. Like, I kind of do, but not to the depths that a real astrologer would. As far as the 6 degrees in Virgo. Yeah, South Node is, that's a good, thank you. South Node is about what you come in with, right? Like what you come in with, what you're getting past, and then North Node is, what you need to walk, yes, exactly, what you need to walk away from, like stuff that you need to figure out, heal from, get past, like those types of things. And then North Node is like considered more like destiny type stuff, like what you're meant to work out in your lifetime here, to move forward in your journey. So, but yeah, astrology is fascinating. I absolutely love it. It's so amazing. It's such an amazing tool to help ourselves understand ourselves, and not only, and it's not just for the birth chart, because then we have transits, we have, time and our positions and all the cool stuff that's happening all the time is always changing. So another report to do with an astrologer would be a transits. Excuse me. And that's usually like a 6-month report where they look ahead at 6 months of what's going to be coming up for you and give you the highlights of of that, which is really cool. That's another thing to do. That is how I learned what I am meant to do. Oh, very cool. So I guess my south node is Pisces. That's opposite. Yeah, there you go. Wait, what did you say before? I want to make sure. You said your north node is Virgo. So your north node is Virgo. Where's Virgo on here? I have to pull up this one chart. There's Virgo. Virgo. And is that Pisces? I thought that one was Pisces. Now I'm confused. Can you help? Ow. Okay, we're just looking up everybody's earth signs for people that are coming in. Hey, Danielle, welcome on Fireside. Because most people, they know their earth sign, their moon, they know their sun sign, their moon sign, their ascending sign, or rising sign, but they don't know their earth signs. And that is directly opposite of your sun sign. So that is what we're doing here, is looking that up. So let's just double check here where I'm at. Yes, so you got that right, sweetheart. Got that right. It would be that. Okay, so moving on, you guys. This is what I'm really excited about, and especially for those of you on Fireside, because you can join me on video and on audio. People on YouTube, it's just text, but that's cool. I'm used to going live on YouTube. I just did it last night, as a matter of fact, didn't I? Just live on YouTube last night, doing readings for people. That was so much fun, like 3.5 hours of doing readings for people. But that's what we're going to do today. So let's get into that. Now, is there anybody on Fireside that would like a reading in regards to what this would be as really the themes and the energy of what's going on for you during this time period, what you need to pay attention to, what you need to work on, what you need to focus on, or what you need to let go of, whatever, it'll come up. It'll come up. But I don't want people to be like, oh, when's my next boyfriend show up? Like that's not what we're here for. We're here to get information that's going to help you through this highly spiritual time leading up to the Lion's Gate, which is such a big deal. And just whatever you need to know. And then you can ask a specific question, but you can also just leave it open-ended, because, the way that I work, and I work very closely with your spirit guides, guardian angels, ascended masters, Gaia herself, like I said, and, they all know what's going on. They all know the deets. They all know the details of what's happening in your life. So, it's always what you need to hear if you just leave that open. But I'm not opposed to people asking direct and specific questions either. So please let me know if you would like a reading. If you're on Fireside, if you want to get on video with me while I do your reading, that would be really cool. It's one of the things that I was looking forward to when I was going to start doing lives on Fireside. had a glitch that I was going to do that. So let's see here. I'm not sure. It looks like maybe Danielle is saying yes. Do you want to have a reading, Miss Danielle? I'm still figuring out Fireside, so please bear with me. I'm going to invite you to video. I'm going to invite you to Bear with me. Now it just... Good Lord. Oops, what did I do? Go back. Okay.
Not sure if you can hear me. I have a terrible connection. I'm not sure if anyone's even there. Okay. You're muted. I don't know if you can hear me, but you are on mute.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. How embarrassing.
It happens, right?
Thank you for telling me. I had no idea. Thought I lost everything because literally the app just disappeared and like restarted. So I'm really stoked that it didn't shut the show down. How are you?
I am okay. How are
You're
you?
doing okay. I'm good. I just want to make sure I have you turned all the way up so I can hear you okay. So hopefully can you guys hear Daniela and me on YouTube and everywhere? Just want to make sure we're good there. I think so. Yes. Okay, sweet. So my dear, I'm so glad you're joining me. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm so glad I popped on.
Yeah, me too. Excuse me, I need some tea. Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, are you new to the ascension journey, or have you been doing this for a while? What's your story, lady? What's happening with you on this trip?
Very new. Not really involved with the journey of it, but I thought it looked like an interesting show. I'm having a kind of a depression in the last week.
Okay.
And I thought, well, let's see what she has to say. She's doing something spiritual over here, and I'm always down for that.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear. I'm sorry to hear you've been down. It has been really intense energetically as far as the happenings of what's all going on. This we are in yesterday. What happens monthly is our Stargate. We have a 11-day period of time every single month, and it moves throughout the year. And for July, it's 7/7 to 7/17. So that's how it just ended. And things get really extra in that period of time for us. And that's because our whole quadrant of the universe is moving closer to the galactic center. And it like, if you think of like science fiction movies, like the power thrusters turn on, it's like, whoo, we're flying even faster than we normally do. It's kind of like that.
It really
and this is something
affects me, actually. I'm very familiar with that, and it affects me so much.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. That's great that you're aware of that. Most people aren't. And but it's like when being aware, like obviously knowledge is power. It helps to know, like, oh wow, like there's an energetic storm going on. It's going to affect me. That does help. But there's definitely if you're somebody that's really very sensitive energetically. So let me ask you this. Are you aware of your empathic ways and the way that you perceive the world through this energetic thing about you that's different than other people?
I truly believe that I am I guess you can say like a psychic empath in a way.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Because I have dreams, or I see auras or these type of things.
Got it.
And I do take on a lot mentally, things that people are dealing with. They don't have to say a word, and then here I am in my mind,
100%.
going, okay, this person's really having a tough time, and without them even saying,
Yeah. So you're definitely an empath. Do you also feel a lot of heaviness in the body, pain in the body, chronic headaches, stomach aches, stuff like that?
Yes, I have really bad pain in my body.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry to hear that. So you're a psychic, physical empath. Have you been diagnosed with fibro?
Yes, I have that, as well as I'm on a chemotherapy drug for a autoimmune disease that affects my spine. And this is all things that just happened in the last year and a half. I never had that problem before, and I'm going to be 48, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks, and now I'm sick almost every day of my life.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry
bizarre.
to hear this. But here's the thing. Mm-hmm. Here's the good news. I'm so glad we're talking. Yay! And look at that. It's 438. That's amazing. The 38 is like a big deal. And it's a big deal. And it's like the 3 and the 8 makes 11. And it's a great number code. I have to point
that's interesting. I
have to point that out. Yeah. Well, the 3 and the 8 make 11. So that's a master number. And it's about like this coming together, this unification of body and soul. The 3 representing ascended masters. Usually the 8 is our infinity, or me literally being infinity, but our infinite name. So it's like all that coming together. And I just see that so much, and it's my own kind of thing, angel number. So like that for me personally and others, to just know that we're like on track and connected and all of that. So I just had to point it out to everybody.
I have a funny story on that. If you have a second, the other day was the anniversary of my father passing. He passed from cancer about a year and a half ago, and my mom and he passed on the 11th, and around 11:11, right there. And
wow.
So every time we see 11:11, we'll text each other 11:11 or this or that. Well, the day that he died, the other day, I posted something, a tribute with his picture, saying what I would do to just have another conversation with you. Aww. And at 11:11, I got a phone call from my mom, but she was at work and her phone was in the drawer and nobody was on the other line, and it rang exactly when it hit 11:11. No one on the phone. I called right back, and it wasn't busy, so it wasn't like a butt dial. It was just, it was just so obvious.
Yeah. Sometimes the synchronicities are just what I say stupid. Like, this is just silly stupid. Like how like it's so obvious, like you just said, like you cannot not see that. And those are those amazing, beautiful, metaphysical, spiritual things that are not to be pulled apart with logic.
Right.
It's spiritual, it's energy, it's soul connection. It's reaching through the veil and let your dad know. Your dad reach out saying, "You're here, I'm here, and you can have these conversations with me." And we are all, the three of you have this thing clearly. And I'd like you to, when you have some time, definitely look up the 1111 on its own, because aside from it being very meaningful and special to you, it's like the biggest soul awakener code that there is for people that are to be activated to awaken spiritually. So that the fact that it has such a deep double meaning for you is really special, really, really special. And to me, really what I'm getting from that is, you're very much, maybe not so much yet super consciously, just like I wasn't for a really long time. But that you're really like the angelic presence around you is really, really strong. And how do you feel about that?
It was, I would say it was one of my biggest, it was one of my best qualities, but I feel like that is my issue. My angelic light, my light feels like it's off.
Well, definitely, honey. You've got all this. Okay, let's just start at the beginning. Okay. I hope you guys are cool with me spending a little bit of time here with her. You guys, a lot of you know who are here, what I do and how I helped all you, and you know the story. So let me just focus on her here for a minute. So here's the deal. When you're a psychic physical empath, and I'm going to segue here real quick to tell you, when you're done here, please head over to my website and take the empath quiz. It's like 10 minutes long. It's a 50 question quiz, yes or no, super easy. And it will definitively tell you where you're at on the scale. But I can tell you right now, I want you to know it for you, other than what I'm telling you, is that you're very high off, like in the charts, like me, like I'm off the charts. You're got to be somewhere around there with being a physical empath as well. And what this means is that our bodies, that we as empaths don't only pick up on the emotional state of other people, but we also process it on a physical level. And like for me, I will literally feel in my body exactly what other people feel in their bodies, exactly how they feel it. And I didn't even know that I did that for over 40 something years of my life because I just felt like shit all the time and my body hurt my own entire life. And even though I knew I was psychic as a little girl, I was giving psychic messages when I was 5 and all this stuff. Nobody correlated my physical problems with the psychic abilities, and that it had anything. Nobody talked about energy like they do now. This was in the 70s and 80s, and now everybody's dropping energy like it's just whatever. But but back then, and forever, nobody understood this. So I too was diagnosed with fibromyalgia finally when I was 25. My son was like 3 or 4 at that point. And I was, it was really bad. Like my doctor was like, "You're the worst I've ever seen. Like you are just, so it's so severe with you." I ended up needing 5 different specialists, not just her, but 4 others, because there's so much other stuff going on. And, on 10 medications every day. And it was just, I could not live a normal life. I was on disability, like on and off, like my adult life, and et cetera, et cetera. I didn't know what I was or how energy worked or how my body picked up and received and processed. And most importantly, held on to the energy and that imprint from other people. And when we have, you're not just in the world with one person at a time. You're in the world with countless, infinite amount of people all the time, and picking up and absorbing and all of that. So what's basically gone on with you that can definitely be rectified energetically is the clearing out of the energy that has taken over your own energetic system, all of your chakras and because you have 5 bodies. You have your physical body, your energetic body, your spiritual body, your mental body, and your etheric or your auric body, which comprises all those other bodies. And you also have all your chakras as well. So you have so many things going on, and being what you are, being what I am, it's like a crystal. There's a purpose for it. It's not so we can be miserable and in pain. It's so we can understand how other people feel to help them fix it. And I did not know that all my life until I sorted a bunch of shit out and cleared a bunch of stuff and rewired myself and got a ton of information from, up there about what was going on down here. And then I was able to understand how to keep other people's energy from infiltrating, then just open the door when I needed to, when I was working with somebody specific, one-on-one, and then to shut that door when I was done. So it's not mine to keep. It's mine to tap into. And so what you've done, it's like just bits and pieces. It's like you're a dirty filter is basically what we get at, whether we're 20, 30, 40, 50, everybody has their threshold of breaking. For some of my clients, they're 20 or they're 19. For some of my clients, they're 65 and 70, but everybody has that point, especially the higher you up on that, you're on that physical empath level. Will depending on how exactly our mechanics and a lot of other things are designated and assigned within your body, which a lot of people would say this is what you're predisposed at or what your DNA says, which is absolutely true. But a big part of that has to do with what buttons get the pressure on more than others. And a lot of that could be circumstantial to make you pop with breast cancer or diabetes, or, the different things that we can have that say alert, problem. It's just the medical community and most people just don't understand that what we have is an energy problem, and especially with fibro and a lot of autoimmune diseases is an imbalance completely on the energy and the clarity of the energy, the life force of the energy. So we're dealing with life force energy. And for those of us that end up being unwell at what particular time, we're using our life force to sustain us because all this other energy is coming in and causing issues. So essentially what needs to happen is a very regimented clearing out of energy for you, and then a charging of the good stuff, and then an understanding of how that all works so you can be fully empowered to do what you're meant to do and not be a sick person. Because you're not meant to be a sick person. You're meant to help sick people. You're meant to help in whatever way you're meant to be a healer. You're meant to do that, but you have to be well in order to do that. I'm sure you're very helpful to people. I'm sure that you give advice. I'm sure you do all those things. I don't know you from Boo, but I know this about you already. I can feel it. So, and I'm sure that how you felt in the last couple of years or as it's gotten more intense, and it is, and it's only this year, it's only going to get even more intense because it's just, that's the nature of the way things go for us to process things through and develop and all that good stuff. So how do you feel about all that?
It seems like a big task, but I truly believe that I landed on your page for a reason. I was just kind of in that spot where I was just crawling out of my skin, and I'm just like, and then I just put your show on, and it just makes so much sense to do the work that you're talking about. I got to do a lot of research.
Yeah. And, if you're meant to do it with me, fantastic. But at least you're meant to know about this stuff to start the getting, for you to not be like, well, because I know for me, I was just like, it just seemed like I was experiencing all sorts of really wackadoodle up and down stuff in my body since I was a child. I mean, I've had major problems for forever and ever. And it only got worse. It would wax and wane, and things would happen, and stuff that I would be dealing with physically would stop and turn in and morph into something else. And nobody had any idea what this was about. And like I said, finally in the early 90s, I was diagnosed with fibro, but back then it was still very stigmatized. People, and still here we are 20 something years later. And most people, if you ask like, what's this about? Why is this a thing? They'll say, we don't really know. At least now it's more accepted. But the real problem is that the issue with that is that it's about energy. It's an energy illness, and it's about having too much energy that's not good for you in your system. And when I was guided to pull all that energy out of me and do my own thing with me, it felt like tar, icky, gooey nastiness, like you would find it, in a drain after 50 years, which is literally practically what it was.
Oh my God.
Like what you would imagine, like 50 years of shit going down a pipe and what's in there. Like that's what it felt like.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, it totally made sense. And like when I was downloaded, and I have an article on my Medium that explains this event that happened, because I did some really serious astral travel to get all this information and to go through this experience to heal myself, literally taking out. I went from being a sick person with fibro for my entire life on all these medications. I did this astral travel. I got downloaded with like, you're not really sick. It's energy. You've always been a healer. You just don't know about yourself. It just on and on and on and on and on. I was like, oh yeah. It's like, and then I got pictures and visions of all these animals and people in this lifetime that I was just near and around that healed really quickly. They're like, well, what do you think this was? And I'm like, well, I certainly as shit didn't think it was me. They're like, well, it was you. It was you. It was your energy helping them heal without you even consciously think. You just wanted them to feel better. And then they did, because that's what you're meant to do. And I'm like, what? Yeah. How is that even possible? But it still took me a few years after that to understand like that, oh, I'm meant to be a healer in this life, that I spent most of my time sick in bed. Like the turnaround of my own story is if you would have told me this 10, 15 years ago, I would say you're crazy. So I've experienced it myself. And now my job is to duplicate it in other people, to set the record straight, to get you where you're supposed to be, not in this prison of a body. That's what I thought my body was. I hated it. I hated my body because it felt like shit 24/7. It hurt. It was painful. I couldn't do things. It held me back. And lo and behold, my body was perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. It was the energy in my body. So anyway, not to go on and on here about that, but I just want you to know that this is not, I mean, yeah, you have to understand this on a level and have, faith that you with direction and with understanding can rectify the problem. Yes. And it's not just about thinking positively. It's about actually doing energy work on yourself to make this happen. And, if you're meant to do it with me, great. But I have a lot of resources for you to start consuming, to get into. On my website, there's the first thing that you are guided to do in a program with me for doing this work is cord cutting. That's detaching energy cords from people, or resetting cutting and resetting energy cords with the people in your life or people that are no longer in your life, because every single cord, every single relationship, whether it's familiar or friendly or romantic or professional, everything has a cord to us, and everybody has so many more cords to people going out than they need to be, and then cords that have never been flushed out, cleared out. Because as you know, when you even if you have the best of relationships with people, there's still going to be tension there. And if you add month after month, year after year, that's adding tension to the energy that you're connected to, that's going back and forth between.
Basically.
What?
I'm at my wit's end and I don't know why. I'm there.
Yeah, I get a lot of that. That's when people find me. Typically.
Thank God.
Because they're just like, okay, like what is what, but that would be the first thing I would have you do, is do that quiz and check out all my ebooks. And, I'm like the wooiest of woo because I work with all of it, but, at
what
least
is
you
your
can.
Website?
It's thehealingbutterfly.org was my original website that has all the resources. My new website is myfaeriegodmother.org, and that's where you would find like the actual programs that I do and the events that I've put on, and that's where you would book a consultation if you would like with me and all that. But my first site, thehealingbutterfly.org, is where you'll find all the ebooks and all the articles and resources and all that good stuff.
Great.
All that good stuff. So check that out and let me know. But so I'm glad that we could get some of that sorted out. And I want you to have hope. I want you to know that you don't have to be stuck and behind this wall that seems impenetrable, because it's really not. It's really not. You're going to blow right past it, and you're going to be in a place that's going to be so much better than not only where you are now, from any place that you've ever been or could imagine. Why? Because you don't know what it's like to be in the body that you're meant to be in. Wrap your head around that.
Yeah, that's...
Let me tell you, it's
pretty
amazing.
Crazy. 48, you're thinking, wow.
Mm-hmm.
All those years.
I'll be 50 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never felt so amazing in my life. I mean, most of my life, I was fat. I was way overweight. I was very just unhealthy all the way around because of those circumstances. It was not okay. It was not okay in many, many, many ways. And thank goodness. I mean, I literally spent my days in bed because I couldn't do anything, thinking about how to kill myself, because that's how I spent my time. And that's when literally archangels came and said, okay, we can't have this happen. We cannot let this happen. And they literally came for me and told me all this stuff and made me understand, and were the ones who directed me to heal myself. And, it didn't all happen overnight. It took a while to sort a lot of stuff out. But that's why I'm so passionate about, like, my programs are called Evolve Now, because, time is precious and we've got important things to do, rather than, going through this blind and in the dark, where I can take you through with the light and make it so much easier for you than I had it myself. Like, I didn't have an Infiniti. I had archangels, and I had ascended masters, and I had Gaia, I had a lot of spiritual support that I definitely could not have, no way. I mean, they're everything, but I never had a person to help me. And that is so unbelievably important to have. That's why I'm here. That's my existence, is like, I had to go through all that to understand what that was and pull it apart and be shown all this stuff that nobody told me about. That it was like here and there and learning little bits and this and going, yeah, but there's, and just being guided to just pull it apart and figure it out. And by this time, 10 years in, I have all this. I have libraries of stuff, and I have hundreds of YouTube videos and I have hundreds of podcasts and I just, just so much because, I'm there and now I get to give that all to people like you to go here, take it, go sit in it and consume it and see where you land. And if it's meant to be, working with me one-on-one, fantastic. But I don't want you to ever feel that that's like, expected. It's I work with soul family, and if you're if you're soul family who's meant to work with me and to be on this journey with me, then it's meant to be. I'm just all about whatever that is. So please reach out however you're meant to or guided to. But for now, would you like an oracle card? Would you like a reading?
Yes, thank you so much. I would love it.
Yeah. Okay. So do you have a particular question, or do you just want to see what we get with all this other stuff coming up?
Yeah, maybe we'll just see what comes up naturally instead of a specific.
Okay. And let's see here. Have you ever had a reading before, an oracle reading before?
I read cards. I don't know how. I just have always read them since I was a young girl.
Oh, very cool.
Had them. But I haven't had mine read in maybe 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's what I was getting. And when you had cards, was it tarot or, Oracle's kind of a newer thing.
I have like 5 different decks. And actually the other day I was just needing some answers. So I pulled out, and I think it was an angel deck. Maybe I can't remember which one I pulled out, but
probably was.
Yeah, Oracle. I don't know if I'm familiar with Oracle. I don't know.
Yeah, so Oracle is basically like there's all these different kinds. So because that's what I'm getting is that you're you're more like you know more tarot, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was picking.
So it's different.
Totally different. And it's so cool because tarot is beautiful and I absolutely love it, but it's up for interpretation, right? You as a reader sees this, what the cards kind of mean, but with every reading they're different. And as a receiver, as somebody on the other side, it can be a little ambiguous, and even if it does hit and it's on point. Whereas Oracle, and let me show you Oracle and how this works. So there's about a bazillion different types of Oracles. So here's one. It's Oracle of the Hidden Worlds, and they come with guidebooks, and each card has a different meaning, and it comes with all of this channeled information. So this is the Hidden Worlds Oracle. There's the Mystical Shaman Oracle. So this would be definitely shaman centric. I am a generational shaman as well. So this is shaman centric. This is about spirit medicine and stuff like that. The Hidden Worlds is about just that. What are the hidden worlds that we can tap into and work with and are there for us? Then we have the Starseed Oracle. That is about that's starseed centric, which is people that basically have had incarnations mostly on other planets and have incarnated here on Earth to help raise the vibration and help people. And then so there's starseeds and there's earth angels, so people that are like me, an earth angel, and so angelic in nature, but that's starseed. Then we have Faerie Oracle, the wild wisdom of the Faerie. So Faerie. So you see they're all thematic. Then there's this one that's the Divine Feminine Oracle. So all sorts of iconic divine feminine. So like Mother Mary and Isis and just all these different amazing beautiful Kuan Yin and all of that. So there's just so I have a million different oracle decks and all different, not a million, but a whole bunch of different ones that are very thematic. So there'd be like dragons, mermaids, fairies, shaman, hidden worlds, sacred geometry as well. Then this one's really cool. This one's just like nature based. So it's called what's it called? Spacing right now. Nature's Whispers. So it's like this one is open your heart. clear endeavor. So there's like messages like that. But what's different about them is that they stand alone or they work together. You can work with different decks all at the same time or just one deck, one card. And they're very straightforward. And as a reader, and as a psychic, it's obvious the information that you're getting with that card, but also as I'm reading and picking up on all this stuff, I'll just get downloaded with all sorts of stuff that pertains to you specifically. So that's basically how that works. Any questions about that?
Sounds wonderful and interesting. And thank you for taking your time.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Yeah, I was guided. I was like, they were like, oh yeah, she's not familiar with this. And it was important for you to understand. Cause I was the same way a few years back. I didn't know I knew what tarot was, but I'm like, Oracle, cause people I'm like, she has Oracle. I'm like, I have no idea what that is. And then if you look up Oracle on Amazon, there's like 20,000 possibilities come up. And so you can really collect some Oracle, and I just get the ones that I'm guided to get. And so, over time you kind of have it, but I don't have nearly as many as some people do. So anyway, let me tap in here. Unless there was one that you saw here, and I have other ones that I didn't show you, but a lot of them are here. But unless there's one that you went, ooh, and you kind of perked up at and you got excited about, let me know. I was just showing them to you. I hadn't picked up on any one to you specifically. So let me know if there's one that stands out for you that you would like to check out.
For whatever reason, I don't know why the dragon one stuck out to me. Something
awesome.
I don't know why.
This is, well, let me tell you. Who's loving? Raise your hand, people, if you're loving this right now. Well, let me tell you, this month, and you can go back, if you want, you can listen to my podcast or watch videos. But I've been talking about dragons a lot lately, including just last night, because, and this is the book. It's the Oracle of the Dragon Fae. And dragons are actually angelic in nature, but they transcend, or they can incarnate and be in an elementally very shapeshiftery, but they work hand in hand. They work like side by side with archangels and the Fae, and really Mother Gaia. They're just like such the spiritual helpers. And the thing is that if we're meant to tap in with them and work with them, and a lot of us are, especially if we're meant to be, healers and guides and stuff, because of the nature of what they are. And this month leading up to the Lion's Gate on 8/8 is their month. It's the Divine Dragon, Stargate and Lionsgate, through this whole, like the Stargate that I was talking to you about, and this whole month, they start coming in really, really strongly to help us bridge the gap between the material and the spiritual, and to bridge us to those other divine counterparts that we're meant to connect to, whether they're unicorn or myrrh or fairy or angels or ancestors, Mother Gaia. They tend to transcend and help bring people in and bridge that. And this is like the time of the dragons. So it's just really beautiful that they were reaching out to you, basically. That's basically what's happening here. So it's beautiful. I can't, even with the dragons. I can't. They're just so unbelievably special. And I have pictures of them in the sky in several of my articles on Medium. And they're for real. They are for real. They really, really, truly are. So anyway, I am going to do some shuffling here.
So you have a YouTube channel?
I'm sorry?
You have a YouTube channel?
Yes, it is just like my first website. It's Infiniti, the Healing Butterfly. And I'm actually we're simulcasting there right now. And I have a lot. Actually, I have two. I have an older one than that, and then a couple years ago, I was guided to make this new one. And so I have a YouTube channel. I have a podcast, and I write on Medium as well.
Good for you.
Okay.
I actually have a show here on Fireside as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays? Oh, that's tomorrow.
Yep.
What's your show about?
I am in recovery from drugs and alcohol for 16 years now, sober. So I have a show. I bring on experts or people, living in recovery every day,
Yeah.
or sober celebrities. All different types of people come on the show, and we talk about anything from narcissism to adults that are living with alcoholics, just all sorts of stuff.
Anything's like substance related and dealing with it and getting over
Yes.
it and stuff like that. Awesome. That's fantastic. Well, you're already a healer, right? Like you had your thing, you healed from it. And then it's exactly like, it's, we all have our own flavor.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that there isn't more other things and I'm sure that there is that you haven't. And I'm sure that, you and I could talk about what you've already done in terms of that and how you being what you are has been a big part of that. And you didn't even know it. Like I tell people, like fish don't know that they're wet in the sea. They're just doing their thing. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I recognize that for myself after, I was put to a place to be able to look back and see it on a certain level. And they go, look. And I'm like, oh, wow, I guess so, huh? I didn't even know, and now that I know, then I can really do stuff with this. So imagine what you can do helping people with addiction, knowing about energy on top of that.
Yes.
Because
very interesting.
Because like I talked about cutting cords, you can cut cords with addiction. You can cut cords with situations, not just people, situations, experiences, traumas, and addictions. I write about that in my book.
That.
Yeah. Makes it way easier to get past addictions if we're working on an energetic, because that's what it is. It's energy. Yeah. So yeah, we can definitely talk about that. Or, and that's the more that people know and recognize that about, what it is that, because what is an addiction? It's something that you cannot control, right?
Right.
Until you do. And so if you can't control what you're doing, then who or what is controlling you?
Yeah. That's, wow.
Well, yeah. What is that then? About anybody who has anything that they are addicted to that they can't control? What then is controlling them? Whether it's an anger problem, an eating problem, a shopping problem, a alcohol,
Yeah.
It's like that. Those are details, but what is forcing this to happen? If you go, I can't help it, I'm out of control, and it's you and your body, then what is controlling that? And let me tell you, it is something, and it is energy, and it is in you, and it's making you do that. And for people who get past that, they're the ones who decide, I'm going to be the stronger thing here than that energy. They just don't recognize what that energy is.
Yeah.
But it's a thing. It's a living, energetic thing that is requiring to be fed. And not only is it the addiction of whatever that substance is that's negative in nature, but typically most people who have that type of problem are also causing negativity in other people and around them. And it's not just isolated to their own thing, right? I mean, sometimes, but typically, especially with substance like alcohol and stuff, like you said, if you have people in your life that are alcoholics and stuff like that, you're negatively affecting other people with your energy, with your addiction energy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's feeding off of you. It's making you create a buffet using other people and situations to feed this energy that is addiction. That seems like it's not a thing. It's you, but it's not you. It's forcing you to be something that you're not. So, yeah. I know. What?
It's great stuff. It's I haven't looked at it like that.
Yeah, no. Why would you? Why would anybody? Because it's like it's not. it's so not part of the way that we're taught to look at life and ourselves. And it's not I'm not blaming anybody. It's just the way that it is. But then once you pull, it's like I was guided to this piece of fabric of the universe to pull, things apart and then be seen, to put all this stuff together and see it for literally what it is. When we know what something is, then we can work with it. So what I do is I go into people and I pull this energy apart and make it go bye-bye. And once it's bye-bye, you don't deal with that anymore. It's way easier than one might think, but it's complicated. And, just having that, like, kind of wrapping your head around, like, what, like, how is that? But like a lot of this stuff, like, it's like once you get on that wavelength, like you said, it's like, I never thought of this, or I never thought of this for myself or whatever, but it makes sense because, same thing with narcissists. Like narcissists, they're not in control either. They have a level of possession that's different than the addict, but it's forcing them to do things that they're not in control of. So, basically anything, you can throw anything, any topic at me and I'll say it's energy, or an energetic parasite that's causing this, causing you to do a thing to feed that energy. And that energy needs to be gone, and then you won't have to feed it anymore. You won't be compelled. And if you have something like that, it's exhausting. It's taking from your life force. It's aging you way sooner than you would biologically age. All the things, because that's that's like juicy niblets for anything that feeds off of energy. Anything, especially negative energy. Humans we live and we are alive by positive life force, light energy. But there's things in our existence that feed off of the opposite of that. And we make it so those things we're like literally doing things unaware to feed that. And we think it's ours, but it's not. It's this other energy thing. So it is really interesting. It's a whole thing to wrap your head around. I know it's way woo and totally, but yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, and this is what I do, my dear, when I get cards, is I shuffle like I did a bunch of times, and then I split the deck in two. And I wish I could show you, but maybe I can't. No, this thing is too stiff. I split the deck in two and keep doing that until I get a set of 6 or 5 or 7 cards usually, and then we'll pick one, and then that'll be your card. Thank you everybody for being here and being patient and letting us do our thing here. I really appreciate it. Okay, so the dragons. Take a second here, center myself. If you could do the same, just close your eyes, take a deep breath, think about whatever may come to your mind or clear your mind, just open up, just think that you just are open for energy. If you want to think about dragons as far as that goes as well, you can. And is it okay if we just do a little bit of energy clearing here for you?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that, because they started like they're coming in with just this light. They want to just shine down a bunch of light on you to help clear you and help lift your energy up. So just close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. Just at your own pace here. And just imagine that you are like on stage, like you are now with me, like you're on stage, but the stage is dark and there's just one light above you, like the spotlight that turns on above you, and it's nice and bright. You can look up and see how bright this light is. But it's different than regular light. It's magical light, and it has this beautiful essence and vibration to it that is just pure love. And then see that light just getting coming down towards you and like swirling around you, beautiful golden shimmery light. speckles of, glitter of all the different colors of the rainbow. And imagine smelling a rose. You can just inhale and smell the sweetness of this and feel the sweetness. It feels so good, like smelling a flower, smelling a rose, and how that lifts your spirits, and you just take it in and it makes you feel so good. And just imagine that coming in all around you and creating this beautiful bubble of light. And you can lift your arms up, either in your mind's eye or with your actual arms, whatever feels good. Lift your arms up and hands to the light and just receive, pick up, throw your head back a little bit, whatever's comfortable, and just repeat, I release. Thinking of anything heavy, stagnant, dark, uncomfortable, those feelings of depression and sadness and confusion and being blocked, all of those types of energies that are literally heavy. Just think of them either effervescently popping off of you or just dropping down as this light comes in and is all around you. And you're receiving, I release, and then I receive, and receiving this beautiful light to clear the energy around you. And definitely angels are around you. And they're wanting me to tell you that you are definitely guided more than you know that you're guided. Like, you are so psychically connected. You're just so intuitive, and it's just, you are like that, but it is very spiritual. You are guided by these beautiful guides and guardians that you have. And see them also as this light is coming in and around you, and just see them as the negative energy we want to let go and release is, get your body feeling that you can get in there, and just see them also as energy is coming to you. They're pulling energy. They're helping pull energy from your body. So just allow them to take it from you. And you can even say to yourself, please take this energy from me. I do not need it. I do not want it. I want to feel light. I want to feel peace. I want to feel joy. I want to feel good in my body. Any of that stuff. I love my body. And keep taking some deep breaths and really feeling that and bringing that all through your body. So where there's dark, now there's light. See your whole body. If I was to see you from, 10, 15 rows in the audience of you on stage, and you're on the stage, you would be glowing. See yourself glowing. See yourself from the audience. See yourself standing on stage. See you lit up in this beautiful bubble of light. And letting that light permeate everywhere, especially the places that hurt the most, my dear. Those places in your back, in your lower back, in your upper shoulders, in your hips, in your knees, in your feet, in your hands, all through the body that's ouchy, this, the soft tissue that is so tender, and the joints and all of that. Just send that beautiful, loving, healing energy to all these places very intentionally. If anything, we can lift off the superficial layers here, and it will still feel so much better. So also kind of if you were to be on a dirt bike in mud, and you get done and there's just all this splatter of mud and dirt all over you, and you get into a shower and it just washes away. And how cool that looks when it all washes away and the water turns from brown and eventually gets clear, and how good that feels on your body. Just imagine that energy just falling off of you, going down, being replaced by this beautiful light. The light all through you, going to your spine, your spinal column, up to your brain stem, into your brain, and your pineal gland, and your third eye, down to your hips and your pelvis, all the way down through your channels of energy, through your legs and your feet and all that good stuff, all the way up to your shoulders and down your arms through every finger. Just really see yourself pulling that light through. And continue to say, I release and I receive. And really see that for yourself and how that feels to take control here of your energy, and your divine counterparts coming here to help you with this. This is how I work and how we do everything. Just ready to help here. And they're saying, before we finish here, just to let you know, you can do this anytime you want for yourself. And then a quick count from 5 to 1 to get back here so we can get your messages. So 5. And thank you to you beautiful angelics for coming in to help Danielle release some energy. I love you all so much. Thank you, Danielle, for receiving. And we'll go from 5, 4, 3, 2, really feeling in your body here, not on stage anymore. Back in your space. 2 and 1. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take a few breaths. Take a sip of water.
That felt really good. That felt great.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm glad it helped. We just really got it to get in there and clear some energy. I'm glad that felt good for you. Okay, so let's go here. So I have the deck split in 2. So we're going to go with the left side. I'm going to split it again. And we're going with the right side. Split it again. And we're going with the left side. So we're ending up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 6 cards here. Okay, so we're going with the top first card here. Card number 34. Or Oki. And he's got amethyst and he has his staff, and it's about boundaries.
Oh my gosh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, it does. And I'm just thinking energetically, like it's just all the doors and all the windows are open and no boundaries here, but I'm sure there's more to it. But anyway, let's hear from, he's awesome. Let's hear from him. Card number 34, also a 7, like the month. Okay. Thanks everybody for being, who's all still here? Thanks for being such good, amazing participants and listeners. I really appreciate it. Okay. So Oroki speaks. I have always had a difficult role, as is yours at present. You, like I, have a choice. Do you stay where you are and defend what is yours, or do you trust that I can take care of it for a time for you and move forward into a new area? For here I am, willing and quite able to protect this treasure, and yet you will not move forward. Take some time away from responsibilities at this moment and trust that all will be well. If you fear for your material well-being, I am here to tell you that the nest egg you have created, the treasures in your hidden trove, will be protected. But you must take the necessary steps. You must be able to move away from your home, your work, your bank account, your treasures just for a moment, as to stay and stare at them will not satisfy you. Yes, they're beautiful, but you must trust that they will be here when you return, for I am guarding them. And while my guard is here for you, no one shall slip by me. And about Oroki, he is a dragon fae being who is absolutely treasured in the East, as he watches over the family's wealth and prosperity, just as he shall watch over yours. Though he is tiny, he is fierce and strong and allows no one to slip by him. He is vigilant and watchful and has your best interest at heart. Yet he is also a suspicious being, but that is just as well, for it saves you from having to be on guard. When our Orky comes forward to greet you in a reading, know that he will guard your belongings. And divinatory meanings. Correct security measures need to be in place. Insurance on property and valuables must be updated. Take care to love your pretties, but not to be owned by them. Allow yourself peace of mind with your valuables. Thinking too much of your security. Take practical steps for self-defense and energetic health and well-being. Guard your wisdom well too, as the jewels Oroki protects can also be that of your wisdom, experience, talent, energy. Do not give them away lightly. Working with Oroki, care for your belongings, secure them, and create a home that is safe and free of disturbance. Defend what is yours by creating energetic boundaries, real physical boundaries, and knowing that they are safe. Do not be frightened of robbery or someone stealing what is yours, but take all practical measures for protection. If you have these fears, contemplate whether Oroki is encouraging you to take firm practical steps to be more of a guardian. Once these are in place, allow yourself peace of mind and call on him to protect your treasures. He is vigilant and a very formidable guardian. Okay, so what I just want to say about this is, and it could be that maybe with all that you have going on, physically and with your health, that maybe finances or whatever, and maybe all of that kind of can be part of the deal. But really what's coming through here are those energetic boundaries, are really the bringing home of, do what you have to do to see this for what it is now that you have this information about energy and boundaries, and what it's not just like what you thought of with the emotional stuff. It's also the physical stuff that you're enduring, and that those are made, that you're the treasure. It's like, yeah, whatever, material stuff, sure, whatever that has to do with it. But he's like, this is really about your material, your physical treasure, which is you, and the boundaries that you haven't known to even think of having to take care of yourself, because that wasn't on your radar, just like it isn't for most people.
Yeah.
And the focus being on that, and knowing that it's a, that whatever, time you set aside to maybe rearrange things, to focus on this and learn about this and work on this in whatever way that you're meant to do. Like you said earlier, well, it sounds like a lot of work. And you're right. And it's good to have that practical understanding. Like, it's not like some people go, oh, it's magic, it's just I'm going to be better just like that. No, because it's like learning anything, or unlearning and learning. And so it does take time, but it's like what's coming through is just anything that might come up for you in the future that may, I guess, give you pause about rearranging time, about not doing certain things, about taking time for yourself and really dedicating time for this sort of thing, that everything will just be as solid as it needs to be to allow you to do that without having to be, you know, anxious or stressed about all this other stuff that may be, you know, have to take a different place in your priorities, because it does take effort and time and energy and all of that stuff. So anyway, so that's a lot of what that is. Any thoughts on any of that?
It makes a lot of sense to me right now because of the amount of work that I do that I just can't stop. It's almost like it's my addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I just need to, for me, it just makes me feel like I really need to work on my energy and what's coming and going, because
Big time,
obviously I'm at a breaking point,
yeah.
and I need to, you know, not just think about the outside world in front of me, you know, what's going on, you know, in the inside,
Yeah.
or opposite, you know, but
Right.
not the people, the places, and the things. It's the
Right.
energy. Something I kind of just started thinking about recently, because I've always been into it, in and out, in and out. But recently, I just bought a book. I was reading it within the last week. You came
Wow.
up,
What
and
book is it?
it is.
Or what's it about?
It is about empaths and all of the different forms, and because I was like, am I
Perfect.
really like what is it really? And so I found a book that had positive reviews, and I just thought, well, let me just listen to it and see what it has to say, because I didn't feel like I had the true definition of it. And it
Mhm.
made sense, you know, going through all the different energies and stuff that I did, you know, have that connection there.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, you're just like right on track with all of this stuff to start learning to, you know, that's how it works. I mean, it's just like something filters in to say, hey, you got to know this stuff because this is important to you. And then you act, like I said earlier when we were in our energy work, that's like that, you being so intuitive and you going in certain ways, like you really are very guided to learn this stuff, because it's the most important thing there is, because it's about you and your body. And if your body isn't okay, then you can't be the maximum, you know, light being that you're meant to be.
And that
how
makes,
could you?
you know, that makes you unhappy when you're not able to shine your light.
Absolutely.
And that's what's really been upsetting me, not even just the being in pain, but feeling that my light is off. That, like I mentioned earlier, even just when I go on my show, I just don't feel right. Something is off. And like you said, it's almost like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And and here you are. And it's just another kind of, you know, thing in my face. Yeah, that's letting me know that I need to learn more and do some work on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's wonderful. I love this so much. It's so beautiful to me, because, you know, not the pain, of course, that you're in, and, you know, feeling blocked and stuff. But what I love is that, you know, just the guidance that you have, and that you followed that, and that you showed up here today, and whatever that means, again, whatever that means for the future, you are, you know, you're getting more of this coming through stronger and stronger for you to, you know, just you know, because here's the thing. Most people that are guided to me, that of course are in positions like you, that are physical empaths, that are what I call messengers. You're a messenger. You're somebody meant to help people and heal people. You are a broadcaster. You're a major player in the spirit, in the realm of spirituality, in when it comes to putting things out and helping people, and being affecting humanity's evolution by using yourself as a tool to help other people. Like, I call myself a tool. I'm a tool.
Right.
I'm here for you to use me as a tool. You put yourself out to be used as a tool. But if your tool is dull and breaking, how well is anybody going to work with that?
Right.
And so I think that's, and here's the paradox for anybody like us, is that where we feel really good is helping other people, is putting our energy out. That's
exactly
our sweet spot. Like I totally get it, because I'm one of them too. It's much harder for me to go, you're taking care of you. Like we all struggle with that in our own way. So trust me, this is a universal thing that a lot of us struggle. It's like, but that's what makes me feel good. So that's what it lights me up to help other people, to be there for other people. And great. But when you are still ignorant to how the energy and the mechanics and how that tool either works or doesn't work, and what really feels good to help other people is diminished by that ignorance, not your own fault, it's just the way it is. But there comes a time where it goes, your capacity to help people in the way that you've helped them has reached its max, and now it's becoming a detriment to you, because you're meant to help people on a whole other level. But you can't get there until you do you first. And that's really what's coming through here with the Aoki, saying you just got to step away from the stuff that you have been doing to get to do the stuff you need to do to get the stuff that you're meant to do. Not that, just for the next phase of your life. That's
pretty profound stuff. And I appreciate, because I as I'm watching you, you have so much energy and so much just beauty, from
thank you.
And for you to spend all that time with me, I appreciate that, because that's a lot of energy and so I thank you so much for
you're welcome.
giving me all this information. I really look forward to checking out your site and all that kind of stuff. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it.
Oh, well, you're very, very welcome. I'm so glad that you were guided here today, and I was guided here to be here today, and, to help, shine a little light to, get you going in a direction. And like I said, my job in the world, and the reason why I exist, is to help people, help soul family, in whatever capacity that is. So if you and I never speak again, I wish you the best. I love you. I'll always love you. And if we end up working together one-on-one, fantastic. But either way, I'm just happy I was here for you today. And I wish you all the best, moving forward, for sure. I think it's fantastic that you're so ready. You're clearly so ready. It's just, what path are you going to take is really the question. And I'm really happy for you. It's really a beautiful shifting turning point for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm honored to be part of it. So thank you for being here. And I thank your guides for guiding you here and being here with me, and makes me feel really good. And don't worry about my energy. I've got an abundance of energy. Like when you're sick your whole life and you're in bed and you can't do stuff and have a normal, anything. And then you transform into this person who is ultra healthy and helps other people. And it's like, my problem is slowing down and stopping too, because it's like, I'm still in that, like, I feel fantastic. And if you can imagine what it's like to go from just knowing deeply how it is to have all those different fibro pains. Like I tell people who have never experienced it, like, what it's like to feel all the pains, the dulling pain, the dull pain, the shooting pain, the radiating pain, the fiery pain, all the pains. And when you've been away from that for as long as I have now, and I do get something not feeling right in my body, I'm like a total wimp about it. Like I used to be like, I'm so, because I was used to pain so much, and now I don't deal with any of that. I never get a headache. My stomach is never upset. My periods, the only reason I know that they're here is because something's coming out of me. Nothing of the things that I used to deal with all the time do I deal with anymore, because of the work that I've done. And the reason why I'm saying that, in the whole energy thing, I just want you to know, like, I'm guided to be here with you and talk with you like this, because it's important. That's what I'm here to do. So I'm glad that you're grateful for it, but it's just filled me up. So it's definitely hasn't taken anything away. I want you to know that. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Okay, well, that was amazing. That was really, really, really cool. I love meeting you, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, so moving on, guys. That was really cool. That was awesome. How is everybody doing? Who is still here? So Karen's still here, Adrian's still here. Oh, hey Kevin. I'm on the YouTube here. Hey Kevin, long time. Hi. Is Vanessa still here? Hopefully she's still here. Is there anybody else that would like a reading today? Anybody else? I mean, what we got for Danielle is definitely universal. And I meant to say that. I was just so focused on her, but it's definitely universal for everybody. What was said there, work on your energy, know that you have the space for it. If this resonated with you, take these messages for you, adopt them as messages for you. Whenever I do lives like this and I'm doing and I'm getting messages for one person, I believe that everybody that's there can take and extrapolate from that on whatever level that they're meant to. That's why you're here. So hopefully you guys feel that on some level. I mean, those are amazing, beautiful energies and messages that he brought forward. You know, I will protect you. I will be with you. You don't have to worry about anything coming in and, you know, things not being secure. Just do what you need to do. Get your shit in order, make plans, make your priorities, and get on with it. Like, no more. Enough is enough. And all of that. So yeah. I love it. No questions. Nobody wants a card. I was just live yesterday and several people were here yesterday. That's okay. Okay. So what we'll do, I mean, I think unless there is somebody here saying that no, I don't think so. I'm still learning how to work this. I feel like such a dodo. I feel so challenged. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. Infiniti's gonna have some water. Some of the reading resonated. That was awesome. Oh, thanks, kids. What Karen just said. Thank you. Thank you for being here and supporting us with your energy, my dear, lovely Karen. Yeah, that was really cool. There we go. Yeah, that was definitely, yeah, a lot of people can resonate with. I resonated with it. You know, in my own way. So we all can we can all extrapolate from that what we're meant to. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna get a Hidden Worlds card for us generally. Where's I know I just had the book. Here we go. I'm going to get a Hidden Worlds card for us generally. And then we did do some specific work with her, some energy work with her, but we will do our general spirit walk like we're meant to do. I hope you stick around and join me for that as well, Danielle. I have no idea what we're going to do, but I'll channel somebody. Probably Mother Earth Gaia is usually who comes through, but you never know. You never know. She is what I call the showrunner in my world. So almost everything that I do with people, privately, publicly, like, you know, I work with her very, very closely. She goes, well, she's like, well, they are my babies. All of you, humanity, her babies. Well, they are my babies. She's very, very in tune and very much. She's the one who came to me years ago and says, we're going to help heal people. And I'm like, What is happening? And I was like, I don't know what that means, but okay. That sounds cool. And it has been, oh my gosh, that this is my real life is just, yeah, magical. Magical, magical, magical. I'm the luckiest person ever, 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 ever. Okay. Let's do this, people. Hidden Worlds. Let's get a card. Let's see what we get. Going with the right. Going with the left side. And going with the left side. And let's see how many cards we end up with. 6. It's giving me a second here to see which one of these cards I'm going to pick. I'm being guided to pick, I should say. Okay, this one here. Oh, wow. Full Moon Temple. Celebration Peak Transcendent Moment. Card number 27. 27, a really, really big number. Also a 9. We are, as light workers and light warriors, family, the 9s, as our divine counterparts do refer to us as the 9s. 27 is the 27th of each month, is one of the last portals and gateways that we have for ourselves every month before we put that month in the history books and start a new month so we can get as many upgrades, downloads, guidance for clearing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's a big number in itself. But we have Full Moon Temple. I have not seen this card in a while. We just had our full moon a few days, right? A few days ago, or no? What do we have? Yeah, no time. I'm so confused. Where are we with that? When was? I know we're. I think we're at. We just had our waning gibbous. Yeah. Yeah, so last week was our full moon. Time is trippy this month. It is moving by so fast. I can barely keep up. Seriously. Like, for real. For real, people. Okay, Celebration Peak Transcendent Moment. Let's do it. Pages 88 and 89. Gotta love it. Awesome numbers here. The time has come to celebrate an achievement, a moment of glory and beauty, to recognize the sublime blessing that is with you. It is time to set up an altar within the home, to sing the praises of the Spirit, and to give thanks for all that you have. Look around and know that in every moment of gratitude lies a key which unlocks more gifts, that opens the gate and allows the awaiting treasures of life to find their way to you. Oh, I love this. It is time to build a temple to the fullness of your spirit, just as this moon is full and this temple has been created to expand her energy and amplify it. So too, when you build an altar or create a space within your life for gratitude, celebration, joy, glad union with others, the beauty of life grows more apparent, seems more present, and can be felt with every light tread of your feet upon the blessed earth. Put down the work and carve out this time. Commit to celebrating your life and recognizing the milestones of your personal soul quest along the way. Take time to create a sacred space, be it an altar or a room or a home that is safe and a nurturing space for you. Life must have its moments to delight in, and you must now find a way to bring into existence a celebration of what you have done and making it so far, dear one. Celebrate your life. We of the hidden worlds do. If you are a hopeful and unique creature, and when we of the hidden worlds do. For you are a hopeful and unique creature. And when you remember this, you will feel the tide of pleasure sweep through you once again, reawakening you to the joy of your own existence. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. On the heels of Oroki and his messages, this is just perfection. I love it so much. It's just like the cherry on top. Seriously. And illumination, I take time to celebrate who I am and what I am becoming. Each achievement is worth recognizing. For when I do, the possibilities of life open up to me. Oh, I love it. I'm going to read this again. I take time to celebrate who I am and what I am becoming. Each achievement is worth recognizing. For when I do, the possibilities of life open up to me. There you go. Full moon in Capricorn. Yeah. Full moon in Capricorn. Just feels like, I'm like, when was that? Yeah, we just had it just a couple days ago. But anyway, awesome energies and messages here for the full moon temple. Illuminating, giving us this really wonderful message of celebration of what we are, where we've been, where we're going, what we're to become, what we're supposed to work on, and all of that stuff. And that's something to really think about and take a moment with. Okay, so I guess that's it as far as cards go and messages go. I'm not getting anybody else here. I'm asking for a reading. Is that right? I am going to, before we do some spirit walk business here, I was just reminded that I left my door open in the back and that it's getting later and I could very easily have skunks in my house if I don't go do something about that. So I will be right back. I'm going to go do that real quick. Okay. All right, everybody. Whew, here we are. I'm back. Did you miss me? You just did mine yesterday. I know, I did all of you guys yesterday. I did all of you guys yesterday. That's okay. That's okay. We did. And we got great messages today. So that was cool. I had actually not even, see, here's the thing. I had not planned on it being a get oracle messages for other people day until earlier today. It was supposed to be, again, general readings. And that's why I was live last night. And then an hour before I went on, it was it was a little bit earlier today, I guess. Yeah, because I did that Instagram video. But anyway, it was oh, make it so you can do readings for people too. So I was Danielle was great. It was wonderful reading for her and doing all that with her. But I was thinking, if there's like more new people, and all you wonderful people were here with me last night. So anyway, can you believe, is it really 6:00 already? What happened? That's amazing. Is that? Yep, that's at 6:00. We started at 3:30. I cannot believe I've been on here this long already. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. Talk about time flying. All right. Well, what we're gonna do now is a spirit walk, channeling meditation. I have no idea what we're gonna do. I never do. I want to turn my music down, I guess. I didn't even realize I did that. I must have needed it to. It must have been distracting me because I don't even remember doing it. Yeah. Okay. So, if everybody's ready. Hopefully everybody here is going to partake of this. And remember, you can do it, at another time as well, or rewatch this, and review it. And if you're watching this in the replay, you can, obviously it didn't have to be here live to do this. So with that said, let's get going. Turn this up a little bit more. Being guided to, there it is. Being guided. Let me show you this really quick. This is one of my most beloved crystals. Speaking of dragons, do you see my dragon here? He's hairy. He's cat hairy. But do you see my dragon? I've two other quartz crystals that look like a dragon, but do you see his face? I know it's beautiful. Hopefully you see him. I can see him. I see him. So anyway, I just got a flash of this crystal in my third eye and knew that I had to pick him up and hold him. So that's what I'm doing. Feel free to do the same with yourself, with any crystals that you might have, or be guided to be holding on to your. Oh, I need to plug my phone back in, I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. I did unplug it because it was acting weird. But now my batteries. I think I need a new phone. The battery's running low on it. Well, I am broadcasting. Maybe that has something to do with it. Isn't it beautiful? I know. Look at all of that going on top. And I have another one that's even bigger, and it's a quartz crystal just like this one, but it has, again, dragon. Okay, so let's do it. So just taking some easy, deep breaths here. Centering yourself, grounding yourself. Make sure that you're sitting so your butt and your pelvis is really supported. Your shoulders are back. Your abs are engaged. You can be in a chair on the floor. You can be laying down if you need to be. Oh, here goes that yawn that I get before I get into stuff like this. I know it'd be a cool compilation is me yawning, like before I do any of these, and just like compilation of. It always happens before I do astral travel and channeling. My ears start popping. I get tingly. I start yawning. Oh, man. It's so interesting. Oh, you guys. We are in for a treat today. Just give me a minute here to finish getting what we're doing. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so my dears, we are starting here. So what I would like you to do is think of the dragons, and however way you know them or connected to them, you know their visage, you know whatever you know about them, and just have this understanding of how beautiful they are. They, in some circles, they can get this like energy placed upon them that they are, you know, evil or bad, and they work against angels and all that bullshit. It's not true. Dragons are beautiful divine beings of the light who work with us, to help us, to heal us, to guide us. And of course, they are coming through right now. And what I would like you to do, what they're showing us is see yourself there, wherever you are. If you're at home, wherever you are, that you're hearing these beautiful chimes and bells and whistles and little notes of song and just essence of play and fun and joy coming through. Like you're hearing this from outside your house and you go, what is going on out there? And you're seeing bright lights and sparkles that aren't usually there. And of course you're curious, right? You're curious. So you get up and you look outside, you look out the window, and you see just like it's raining golden, sparkly light outside your front window. And you feel this compulsion, this need to go outside and investigate further and see what this is about. And again, you're feeling this essence, this pure happiness and playful energy radiating all around. Like, you know, hearing a bunch of kids playing and laughing, and it can't help but make you feel good, and you want to see what they're doing. So you go outside. So take yourself outside. Walk outside. And as you get out there and you look around, you can see like it's been snowing golden, beautiful light, sparkles, energy, and it's just like everywhere, just sparkling up the ground, the grass, the road, whatever you have going on, everything is sparkling. And as you look up, you see this most beautiful dragon. And I'm not going to tell you what the dragon looks like. They don't want me to tell you. They want you to see, you to feel who is coming for you. Who is coming? Which dragon? What do they look like? And if you can perceive and ask their name, maybe you can get that, but it's not as important as being able to feel their essence, see that beautiful energy up in the sky, see them making their way down to where you are, where they can land upon Gaia very near you. And you see them, and they're glowing with beautiful love light, this bright eyes and a big smile, and whatever it is that they look like, they're coloring, they can look all sorts of different ways. So whatever you see for yourself, just take that in, look at look at the details, whatever's coming out for you, the details of this beautiful being that's come to see you. And everything about them is love and light and beauty and wonder and happy and peaceful and joy and bliss, all of those things. And as they smile at you, they telepathically tell you, come with me, be with me. I want you to explore with me. So you think, yeah, that sounds like fun. Let's do that. And then they lower their wing and they extend their back to you, which is so very special to do, so very special to do for a dragon, to invite you to climb up upon their back and for them to take you on a ride up into the sky. They say, we have some place to take you, you and everyone here, meeting with and your dragon coming to you, because we're all going to get together here in a little bit. But first you have to climb upon your dragon, just sit upon your dragon and feel their energy. Feel that beautiful energy that is underneath you, that is emanating from them as you touch them. And you feel their warmth, you feel how real they are, you feel the life inside of them, the spirit and the soul, and how amazingly infinite they are in their capacity for with energy and love and spirit. And it feels familiar. It doesn't feel foreign. It feels familiar. It feels good. It feels like you've always known this. You've always felt this and you love it so much. And then Dragon says, are you ready? Are you ready to fly with me? And you say, yes, let's go. And all the while this is happening, this beautiful energy from your dragon is emanating this energy, and you are to absorb this beautiful energy of hope and peace and love and security and support and guidance, and knowing that you are not alone and they're here, they're proof of that. As you start lifting off of the ground just effortlessly, this dragon, she's not, or he is not really flying, they're floating. And the reason truly for their wings is just to move air around to help clear the atmosphere of Gaia, but they don't really need them, not to move around, not really. They have their essence, their spirit, and they float more than fly. And feel them floating up and moving, their wings barely moving at all, not like, a bird would, really using those wings to get up, 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 up. No, the dragon doesn't need to do that. The dragon is a beautiful, divine being of light, spirit, angelic energy, and all they have to do is float up. And as they go up, you see your home getting smaller. They're not going too high, too fast, but they are going higher up, where birds fly and all that, getting higher and higher. And just know you're very safe here. Just look around, feel the air, upon this beautiful, magical dragon. There's this bubble of energy around you, protecting you. It's not like it would normally be with all the wind hitting you in the face and maybe it not being comfortable. It's like you're insulated in this beautiful bubble of energy, so you can really take it in. You can feel the air, but it doesn't bombard you. It's not uncomfortable. You feel the sun on your skin in a way that you haven't before, because you're upon this beautiful being of light, and it's filtering through the light and sending it also up to you through this divine connection that you have with this gorgeous dragon. Floating, going higher, and the ground and your home and everything falling away. And truly, next time you look down, you don't even see ground. You don't see any type of land or the way it would normally look. It's just white and clouds and rainbowy and cotton candy-like and sparkles. And you see like, oh, now I'm someplace different. This isn't like normal, the normal world, the normal thing here. I'm someplace very, very different, very, very different. And as you look to the left and as you look to the right, off in the distance, you see Soul Family to the left and to the right on their dragons as well. On their dragons as well. Big smiles on their face. All of these beautiful divine incarnates just turning into big kids upon their dragon, saying, shit, I knew this was real. I knew it was real. Feel the dragons and their beautiful energy as you float and fly through the sky. And whatever else, they don't want me to point other things out necessarily, but you may be seeing other things besides other people on their dragons. There could be unicorns, there could be different fae, you could see angels or archangels. It's all a possibility here. So whatever may pop for you, whatever may come up for you, really sky's the limit here. So if it starts to form and you start to feel it or see it, however this comes up for you, just take note of it. Take note. Could even be numbers. It could be anything that you may see floating around here. It is magical and you will get what you need here. But they say, first of all, coming on the heels of the cards that we got, first of all, it's time to feel the essence of the dragons and how they guide and support us and take us to higher places, to places that are so divine and so beautiful if we allow them to, if we expand and if we move past ourselves into a place of magic, of wonder, of divinity, of spirituality that says, I want to tap in with everything that is real and true. And a lot of that is what you cannot see and touch in the real world. But all of this is real, and just let it come in. And as the floating is happening, the dragons are getting closer together and they're all going to this like off in the distance, there's this floating island off in the distance. Is this floating island, similar to what if you saw the full moon temple card, it's just kind of floating there, but it's off in the distance and there's this beautiful light and rainbow coming off of it, and all the dragons with everybody on them are going and floating and flying towards this beautiful island that is floating in the sky. And of course there's excitement. Where are we going? What is that? And there's just this like magnetic pull going and taking us there. So we get closer and closer. And this is this is so fantastic. I have not seen this before. This is really, really cool. This is the floating rainbow island with rainbow falls. What would normally be waterfalls are rainbow falls. So we're getting closer and closer. So it's like, imagine you're flying and getting close to, someplace that has regular big waterfalls like Hawaii. And instead of seeing water falling, you're seeing rainbow light falls. Just falling and just going and just cycling through, and they're everywhere on this island, little ones and big ones, and just this light this rainbow light, like if this island was a volcano, and in the center of the island, instead of a regular volcano, it's just a rainbow light volcano, with the rainbow light coming straight up from the center. Now that we're approaching, we're getting closer, we can see this, and it's like a big sprinkler head that's going up and then falling down around itself. It is this beautiful rainbow light. And as we get closer and closer, we're going to go through that as we're floating and flying, and we're getting closer to this Rainbow Falls Island. Kind of passing through the falling rainbows, going through that and feeling that energy as we pass through, and we see everybody else passing through, and then everything gets really, really bright. Like, wow, we didn't realize that the saturation for the color was turned down, but as soon as we pass that threshold, everything gets super, super bright and even more high vibrational, with this rainbow light coming out of everywhere in all of these rainbow falls. And so we all have this formation where all the dragons start to get like in a line. In a line here. There's a few dragons in front of you, a few dragons behind you, and they're all going forward and to this mountain peak on the other side of the island that we couldn't even see at first with all the angel falls and everything. But we go past that, and then there's this peak, big mountain peak, and we go to that, and there's like almost like a landing strip, and all the dragons can just go down and land kind of one after the other, and then we stay on the dragon, and they're taking us to this to the cliff's edge of this mountain. It's absolutely beautiful. And from up here, you can look all the way around from on top of your dragon and just see all of the rainbows. And they're taking us to the edge of this cliff. And all it is just this super, 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 super tall cliff of this mountain with this rainbow fall going all the way down. But then what you could see is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down, and it just looks like a slip and slide and a roller coaster all at the same time. And they say, kind of collectively, this is where we were meant to bring you to the beautiful Rainbow Falls Island to experience this magic, this wonder, this happiness and joy, and to really charge you up with the motivation to accept the wild things and the unseen things and the magical things like the dragons and the archangels and the mermaids and the fairies and the unicorns and all the beautiful galactic beings and everything that is really real that we tend to keep ourselves a part of. The dragons have brought us here to say, look, could you ever imagine a Rainbow Falls Island floating in the sky? But see and feel how real this is, and you're really here. And now it's time for you to take a step into the unknown. But instead of the unknowns usually feeling dark and shadowy and a bit scary and frightening, where we just take a little bit of light into the darkness, see the truth and the reality of, as you move forward into places that you have not been to before, how bright and beautiful and magical and loving that they are, that you could not imagine unless you were taken here. So at this point, you're asked to climb down off of your dragon. Thank your beautiful dragon for bringing you here to this very magical place that you would never get to otherwise. You can give them a hug, you can give them a kiss. They love you so very, very much. You can feel that love emanating from them, as real as it could ever be. And then as everybody in their lines, they get off of their dragons, and then we're going to go up to the edge of the cliff where there is this like roller coaster rainbow. There isn't a cart, there isn't a seat, there's nothing but you in this rainbow. And what you have to do, what looks like you could just fall right through it because it is translucent and sparkly, and it's not like a hard material thing. It's energy, it's light. Everybody here in this line has to decide that you're going to take that leap of faith and get on this beautiful rainbow and let it take you forward. And know that you're meant to do that because the beautiful dragons brought you here, and we're here in this divine, beautiful space. And you can see a few people ahead of you that they get to the edge and they see it and they're a little bit scared, but they do it anyway. They sit down, and just like you would on a slide, you sit down and you push yourself off, and look, you see them going down the rainbow. And you can see them as it goes up and down and twirls, but then it becomes this beautiful like tube, basically. Like a tube, like it would be like a water slide that's a tube. It's this tube of rainbow. It turns the air, it's like maybe like 100 or 200 yards down their ride, the rainbow starts forming this tube that they go in, like a water slide tube. And then they're in the rainbow. They're actually in the rainbow. They're in this beautiful timeline of rainbow light. You can see the people ahead of you doing that and going, and then they disappear, and it's just bright because they are where exactly they're meant to be, with divine support, love, and guidance. And so now this fills you with excitement. You're not scared at all. There's no fear as you walk to the edge, because now it's your turn, sweetheart. Now it's your turn to sit your butt down on the edge of this cliff, this beautiful Rainbow Falls island that is floating in the sky, that you got brought here by your beautiful dragon. And you look back and they're smiling at you, encouraging you. It's just beautiful. And you're happy and you're excited because you know whatever's coming next is going to be perfect. So you push yourself off, and there you go. Whee! Is the sensation as you fly down this beautiful rainbow, and you go up and down and you twirl, and you feel all this love and exhilaration and happiness and excitement all the way to the deepest part of yourself, your inner child, your soul, knowing this is exactly where I'm meant to be. I'm meant to feel this. I'm on this beautiful, magical ride and timeline. This is my life. It is wild. It is unpredictable. Magical things happen, and I embrace all of it. And then it starts turning into a tube. You can see it starting to form as you're sitting there. It's forming around you, and you're going, and it's all around you. And as you go in, it's not darker, it's brighter, and all of the colors of the rainbow blend together in just pure, beautiful, white, golden, luminescent, sparkling light. And you see nothing else but just light all around you. There is no rainbow. Not anymore. There is no ride anymore. It is just you in pure divine light, totally and completely perfect, without anything other than the purity of divine love for you. And you are the light. You're in the light. You're of the light. If anything, there's just sparkles, tiniest little glittery sparkles all around you. And you are just your beautiful soul wrapped in divine light. Everything around you is just beautiful and white, and you're light and bright. Anything of the real world, of your life, anything is so, so far away. So far away, so tiny, so minute. And you know all of that will be figured out, because this is the truth. And there's really no darkness to be able to hold back this light. The light that supports you, the light that loves you, the light that you are. It's just perspective and decisions that need to be made time and time again by you, consciously, intentionally, to continue to follow your path in and with and for and by the light. And just let yourself be and float in this beautiful divine space, dear ones. There's no rush. There's nowhere to be. There's nowhere to go except for you to feel this, be it, accept it, assimilate and integrate this awareness, because it is true. It is absolutely true. More deep breaths here, nice and easy. And any guidance coming to you about how to take care of yourself, steps to take forward in your journey, know that you have all the support available to you. You just have to accept it, ask for it, receive it. Think of what it's like to be a floating feather, and just let yourself float and easily. When you're ready, float you back into this beautiful space that you're in physically, this timeline of your soul's journey. Think about how far you've come, all that you've learned, all that you've transcended, all that you've figured out, all that you've accomplished and released, and you're ready for the next phase, moving on with yourself, getting closer and closer, whichever way is meant to be for you specifically, to get more and more integrated with your soul and your soul's journey, your life's missions. And know that anybody and everybody who's meant to be a part of that will be on both sides of the veil. All you have to do is want it to be so, is to accept it, to acknowledge that your intent and acceptance of all of that is what will make it happen. That's the magic sauce in the recipe. Magic ingredient. So be it, and so it is, dear ones. Thank you so much for traveling with me, taking yourself so far away from the real world with dragons and floating rainbow islands and just light. And just know that you can revisit that beautiful place at any time, either by watching this again or just thinking about it, just tapping into that energy. So we're going to do a quick countdown here from 5 to 1 to get us back into body, to float us down back into our physical bodies, and really to anchor all of this energy into the physical body so it can really start to help us change patterns and make the right choices for ourselves moving forward, whatever that is, whatever that is. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So in body, and just take your time opening up your eyes, adjusting to the light. Feeling in your body, whatever that may have activated and done for you. Hopefully you feel a bit lighter and brighter and happy and connected. That was really beautiful, really beautiful. I want to thank the beautiful dragons, each and every one of you. They were with people that were so many more than who are here, and those are the people who will be part of this in the future. Not a ton more, but several more I saw there. Oh my goodness. So wow, that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I missed some, but we'll replay. I see it. Okay, same here, missed some, so I'll replay. Okay. Well, whatever way it worked for you to see your dragons. And yeah, if you can come back and redo it once this is posted, I invite you to do that. I want to thank everybody for being here who were part of it. If you have any, if you just make sure that, okay, I'm not missing anything here with anybody. I don't want to ignore you. I don't think I'm missing anything here. Okay, so if there's nothing else, I'm going to bid you all adieu, and thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for those new watchers and followers on Fireside, and for everybody that joined me on YouTube. I will be back doing this next Monday as well on, what day is that? The 20, let me look. My head is a little on the full side right now. 25th. So I'll be back here on the 25th on Fireside and simulcasting on my YouTube channel for another one of these. We'll see what we do then, but generally it's about spirituality, question and answer, empaths, light workers, the Lionsgate. The Lionsgate Soul Journey is available to sign up for. It is going on right now. It is self-paced, and it is culminating to the Lionsgate on 8/8. That'll be our live private event that I'm putting on for everybody. So you can join up now, and anytime through August 31st. You get so much with it. So much. It's deep. Very deep, a lot of energy work, art creation, a storybook, journal, a online forum with the other participants. It's still a very small group. And like I said at the beginning of this, if it stays small like that, I am just delighted with who's there. And it's such a beautiful, magical space. But if the circle is meant to grow and get bigger, so be it. The more the merrier. And you literally can pick how much it costs, because I have a set price, and then from that a donation price. So the set price is $444.44, or you can donate anything from $44.44 minimum donation on up to whatever. I'll take $1 million if you got it. But you get to decide what feels right for you, where you're at financially. So and I do a lot of things that way to not limit participation in these events that I do. So if you're interested, please check out my website, read the articles on Medium, go ahead and register and follow the directions, and you'll be getting all the goodies very, very shortly once you do that, if you're guided to do that. That said, you guys, I'm going to say goodbye. I definitely need some food in me after all of that. Oh, you're welcome. I love you too. I love you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here and supporting me and engaging with me and all of that good stuff, for holding space while I spent all that time with Danielle. It was really lovely to have you guys here with that. And for everybody else that's here, hello. Who's this? Jenna. Hi, Jenna. Sorry, I think you came in a little bit ago. Hello, Jenna, Woody, Daryl. Thanks for being here on Fireside, and those who came in and left during that. I